Our mission today is, well, it's a deep dive into self-mastery. We're exploring this concept we're calling the magic pause. And honestly, it challenges pretty much everything we think we know about trusting our gut feelings.
Hmm.
We've looked at a whole stack of sources, philosophers, behavioral experts, you name it, and they all seem to point to this single, uh, really essential idea
Which is?
that the secret to an intentional, well-lived life lies in that gap, the gap between what you feel and, what you choose to do next.
Right.
It reminds me of that Henry Ford quote, you can't build a reputation on what you're going to do.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Your reputation, your character, it's all built on what you actually do, the quality of the choices you make right there in the moment.
And for you, the listener, who we know wants to get knowledge quickly but also thoroughly,
Yeah.
the insight here is really powerful. We have to kind of interrogate the very nature of our immediate feelings.
Interrogate them.
Yeah. We're often taught, aren't we, that our emotions are sacred, the ultimate truth. But our sources argue these instant feelings, well, they're often the biggest obstacles to rational action.
Huh. Obstacles.
The goal of this deep dive isn't to become like emotionless robots or anything.
Right.
It's about becoming discerning, making sure your decisions are actually rooted in your present reason, your experience, not just some historical baggage.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit.
Hmm.
Because that advice, trust your feelings,
Yeah.
it's everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's practically a mantra.
It really is.
But what if?
Ah.
What if that immediate surge of anger or that sudden intense worry you feel,
Yeah.
what if it's not actually about your current reality at all?
Exactly. And that's the stunning insight we pulled from Nietzsche.
Nietzsche.
He argued that feelings are never final or original.
Not original.
Nope. Instead, he called them the grandchild of a judgment.
The grandchild. Okay, what did that mean practically?
What's fascinating here is how it totally reframes impulsivity. Feelings, in this view, are judgments, evaluations of the world that we inherited. They got reinforced by our ancestors.
So, like, emotional hand-me-downs.
That's a perfect way to put it. Emotional hand-me-down clothes, often totally outdated for, your modern life. Think about it. That deep-seated feeling of scarcity, maybe, that instant panic when a resource or even just attention feels threatened.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
That isn't necessarily rooted in your comfortable reality today, is it? That feeling might just be an echo of a great-great-grandparent who genuinely did face famine or real mortal danger.
Wow. Okay, so that makes us realize acting quickly on an intense, immediate feeling means we risk being, well, like a puppet.
A puppet, yeah.
Controlled by these old ancestral habits and worries that just aren't relevant anymore. It makes you think, maybe that impulse isn't even me.
I agree with the puppet idea, but we also have to acknowledge how jarring that realization can be.
Painful, maybe?
Yeah, painful even. To recognize an impulse isn't really yours. So how do the sources suggest we handle that shock? The philosophical point is that by blindly trusting feelings, we're basically obeying these inherited judgments more than we obey the gods which are in us.
That means...
Our own reason, our actual lived experience right now.
Got it. So the power of reason isn't about crushing the emotion.
No, not at all.
It's about delaying the action. The whole point of this pause is specifically to separate that inherited judgment, that quick, maybe outdated reaction from your own actual present-day thinking. And this intentional gap, this is what we're calling the superpower, the pause.
The superpower, I like it.
It's that moment between feeling something and then choosing what to do about it. And the good news is, using the superpower is actually really practical.
Precisely. This isn't some abstract meditation technique, though that can help too.
Yeah.
This is behavioral adjustment, pure and simple. The sources give really concrete steps. When that immediate, overwhelming emotion hits frustration, anger, even intense excitement, you just insert a specific physical delay.
Like what? Give me examples.
Okay. You might literally walk to another room just for 60 seconds. Or, count higher than maybe 50 or even 100 if it's a really strong feeling.
100? Wow.
Or simply close your eyes, take 3 big, deliberate breaths. That forces your body to reset physiologically.
And the sources describe the mechanics behind this delay. They call it resistance training for the mind.
That's a great frame for it, isn't it? Resistance training. It's not just about gritting your teeth for self-control. It's more like deliberately accepting that temporary discomfort, that cognitive dissonance, to actually rebuild neural pathways.
So when you feel, say, rage, and you resist texting that angry response for just 5 minutes, You're literally making your rational mind stronger.
Exactly. You
Mhm.
are. That gap in time, that's where real perspective can finally creep in.
Makes sense.
And this resistance training is absolutely essential for high-stakes decisions.
Like what kind of decisions?
Well, the sources strongly advise against communicating immediately when you're driven by sudden emotion, especially resentment.
Oh, yeah, resentment's a tricky one.
You might write the angry email, sure, or prepare that fiery statement in your head, but you absolutely must sleep on it, wait a day or two before you hit send.
Okay, good advice.
And if you're dealing with really crucial choices, hiring someone, making a big financial commitment, deciding on a new direction in life, cooling down those initial feelings by waiting a day or two, it's mandatory.
Mandatory.
The longer you resist that impulse to react, the more mental space you create for actual objective analysis. And that just makes your decision-making stronger and, well, wiser. That's what mental fitness is.
Okay, so if the pause works for frustration, for big business decisions, it must be even more critical in the really important areas of life. Let's talk about love.
Ah, yes. Love.
Albert Einstein apparently recognized love as the most powerful force in the universe because, he said, it has no limits.
A powerful force and good.
But here's the crucial nuance we found. Real enduring love isn't just a feeling that, washes over you. Poof.
Like a hiccup, as one source put it.
Exactly, like a hiccup. Real love is a deliberate, conscious choice, something you have to recommit to every single day. And that choice is completely rooted in the pause.
The pause forces you, doesn't it, to move past the temporary immediate stuff, the fear, the exhaustion, maybe the irritation.
Oh, the irritation.
And intentionally recommit to the choice of affection. You make the emotion secondary to your will, to your commitment.
That takes practice.
It does. There's a beautiful little anecdote that illustrates this perfectly. About a mole.
A mole, like the animal.
Yeah, the mole in that lovely book. He wanted to say, I love you all, but the feeling was just so huge. The words felt awkward, difficult.
I can imagine.
So instead, he took that pause. He internalized that overwhelming feeling. And then he chose an intentional expression of gratitude. He said, I'm glad we are all here.
Oh, that's profound, actually.
Isn't it?
They chose the higher quality communication. And, if you're a parent listening, this area of life is just a confusing smoothie of feelings.
A smoothie.
Overwhelming love, exhaustion, joy, worry, pride, all blended together.
Yeah.
And when those feelings are so intense, the pause is what helps you filter them down, to find the perfect expression of that core affection.
So instead of snapping.
Right. Instead of snapping, stop that right now. During a moment of stress, the pause lets you choose that intentional statement. I'm so glad you're here with me.
Beautiful. And this commitment to thoughtful choice, it has implications for your whole life story, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, Truman Capote once observed that life is like a play in 3 acts.
Okay.
And the third act, old age, is usually, in his words, badly written.
Ouch. That's bleak.
Yeah. It's brutal, isn't it? But it forces you to ask, what legacy of reaction am I building right now that's going to write my ending? If you spend Act 1 and Act 2 just constantly reacting immediately to every little feeling, that impulsive habit gets deeply ingrained. It becomes almost impossible to break when you hit Act 3.
So practicing the pause now.
Is the only way to ensure the ending of your story is, beautiful and intentional instead of just messy and reactive.
That makes a lot of sense. And this superpower, this self-control, it immediately translates into leadership, doesn't it? Which the sources define quite specifically.
Right, not just CEO-type leadership.
Exactly. A true leader isn't necessarily a president or a teacher. The sources argue a true leader is simply someone whose self-control provides a reliable, rational anchor for their team or their family. Leadership isn't about being bossy. It's about being stable.
That's the fundamental requirement, isn't it? You can't effectively lead others if you can't stabilize yourself first. It's like the oxygen mask on the plane.
Good analogy.
If you model frustration by yelling, well, you're teaching everyone around you to yell when they feel frustrated.
Yeah. Monkey see, monkey do.
But if you model sharing your thoughts calmly, taking a minute before responding, others learn that stability from you. They absorb it.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me.
Go on.
The kids, or adults for that matter, who master the pause, they become the people others naturally want to be around.
Because they're predictable, in a good way.
Yes, they've learned to reliably turn those immediate impulsive feelings into consistently wise choices. They become an anchor in a chaotic environment. People trust that stability.
That's a huge benefit.
So how do we actually put this sophisticated practice into the grinding reality of daily life? What are the takeaways?
The sources offer 3 clear, really actionable pieces of wisdom to integrate this pause into your routine, starting like today.
Give them to me.
First, be brief.
Brief.
Yeah. Cervantes advised that discourse shouldn't be too long or people just tune out.
Good advice for podcasters, too.
Indeed. But it applies even when you're upset. The pause helps you edit down that raw emotion into just the necessary communication. Say what matters, explain your concern concisely, and then stop talking.
Stop talking.
Okay. Brevity honors the listener's time, and importantly, it focuses your rational thought.
So that means no 30-minute angry tirades about what disappointed you.
Preferably not, no.
Get to the point. Practice the pause, distill the essence of the issue, and move on. Okay. What's number 2?
Second, laugh and sleep.
Laugh and sleep.
There's an old Irish proverb, a good laugh and a long sleep are the 2 best cures for anything.
I like that one.
Sometimes the best strategy, rather than fighting an overwhelming feeling right there in the moment, is simply rest, recuperation. The decision can wait until tomorrow when your mind is genuinely clearer.
So if you can't pause consciously.
Pause with unconsciousness. Let sleep do the work.
Oh, yeah, laugh and sleep. Got it. And the 3rd.
And finally, it may be the most powerful tool for actually building consistency. Repeat one good day.
Repeat one good day. Explain that.
You don't need to aim for perfection immediately. That's overwhelming. The sources advise focusing intensely on having one single good day, a day where you consciously practice the pause, make thoughtful choices, feel in control.
Just one day.
Just one. Then wake up the next morning and focus only on repeating that one good day.
I see. It's incremental.
Exactly. This sequence, practicing intention and stability one day at a time over and over, that's the only way to really construct a genuinely good life. It builds momentum.
Okay, so every morning when you wake up, you face this fundamental choice, really.
You do. Life will happen. A friend will disappoint you. A plan will fall through. The news will irritate you. Something will trigger a big feeling.
Guaranteed.
Will you let that feeling just yank your strings, make you feel like that puppet reacting immediately? Or will you take that magic pause, the one that puts you firmly back in the driver's seat?
And that moment of choice, that little intentional pause, that's where you become the real stable why. You stop being just an echo of these inherited, maybe outdated judgments, and you start making real, purposeful choices. It seems complex, but it boils down to 4 steps, right?
Let's hear them.
The moment of pause,
Yeah.
the conscious breathe, the rational think, which then leads to the purposeful choose. Pause, breathe, think, choose.
Simple, but not easy.
Definitely not easy.
So we come back to the very beginning. What's the good word?
The good word is you have this superpower.
You already possess this immense superpower. It lives right there in that silent, intentional space between feeling and acting.
Yeah.
And maybe here's a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over. The world is waiting. It's waiting to see all the wonderful things you'll choose to do, the choices defined by your own reason and experience, not just the things you'll react to on impulse. Use your superpower today. Start writing a life story that is intentionally beautiful, not accidentally messy.